A mother in Statesboro is in custody after police say they found her children in hungry and poor living conditions and totally unsupervised. WSAV's Eden Hodges breaks down what charges she's facing.
Sadly, we work child deaths quite often, and you know, they're terrible things, and we just don't want to see any of that regardless of the circumstances.
A 36-year-old woman is behind bars after police noticed her 10 children were often left alone and without food.
What happens if one of the children eats something and starts choking? Nobody here knows how to deal with any kind of first aid. If there's a fire, no, they're not going to get out in time. So, you know, those kind of things, anybody that's got kids, that's a concern.
Police were first tipped off a couple weeks ago when an apartment owner asked them to check on the family for squatting without a lease. Officers say they responded and found just children there, living in filth, with their 14-year-old brother in charge.
Anybody that knows anything about kids knows that that's totally unrealistic and totally unsafe.
Later, police had reports of kids stealing from cars on Cottage Row. Surveillance video led them to the same family who had relocated to the extended stay nearby.
The living conditions in that extended stay room, which they've only been in for a very few days, are just horrendous. There's, you know, obviously animal waste, used plates, children without clothing, without diapers, without things like that, with zero supervision whatsoever from an adult. One of the children was in and was gnawing on a styrofoam plate.
Aiken says some of the older children are facing a few theft charges as their mother awaits proceedings and their younger siblings are handled through DFACS.
The actual care of kids is not something that government really ever succeeds in. That's a parent's responsibility.